Portland junior forward Ryan Nicholas grew up in Spokane, Washington, in the shadows of Gonzaga University. But there were no Dan Dickow or Adam Morrison posters on his wall as he agreed to a scholarship with the Pilots his junior year. But Nicholas isn't ready for his basketball career to end in a Portland uniform.
I'm Ryan Nicholas, a junior forward at the University of Portland from Spokane, Washington.
Gotta eat, baby.
Inside down to Nicholas. Nicholas tries it himself, and he gets it to roll.
As early as I could get a ball. I remember I saw a picture of myself when I was like 3, my first Christmas present, you know, a little Nerf hoop, and me shooting on it, and it started early. Football, but just for 2 years, freshman, sophomore year of high school, and it didn't last long because I was a quarterback, and we ran the option every play. And if in the option, you either get hit because you keep the ball, or you get hit because you pitch it. I was a 6'7", you know, option quarterback getting hit in the knees every play. So I was like, I'm either gonna have a short career in football or decide to play basketball. So I chose basketball and hung up the cleats. I wanted to play in college from my freshman year. I didn't know, like, if I could at that point, but I was like, that's my goal and my dream. You know, it was a decision pretty early in high school. It was like my junior year, and I visited the campus for a camp, and at the end of the camp, they offered me, it was on, you know, the program on the rise with a couple of 21 seasons in a row. So I kind of wanted to be a part of that. The community. I think the University of Portland's kind of, and a lot of schools in the conference, they're known for little tight-knit communities. It's huge. I mean, especially with such a long season and the grind, just having a community that's supporting you, it's pretty big. The Commons, it's our cafeteria. Our team hangs out quite a bit on campus, so we usually go together, and the food there is just amazing. I mean, you can have steak, salmon, and shrimp if you want every night, and it's kind of neat. My dad comes up for quite a few games. His business allows him to not take the winters off, but work a lot more in the summers so he can come down. So he comes down for quite a few of them, and luckily a lot of them are on TV or online, so mom and relatives see all of them. Upbeat and lively, energetic. I try to set the tone, set the tempo, you know, encouraging, keeping the spirits up, and I think that's just something I try to do. It's something you can control every single day.
He really prides himself on being a good teammate and being a good captain for our basketball team. He's a hard worker, which is obvious by his improvement year in, year out, but how much he cares about his teammates and how he wants the whole group and individuals to be successful is pretty impressive.
The basket put up and in. We said he was the leader of the team, and tonight he certainly is all that.
He's done this too. So when he's talking about the grind and talking about how to do things right, I can say, okay, well, he's not joking. He's done this. He's not, you know, just saying it. As a big man, I can even relate even more to him. If you look at it, like, you know, got rocked by Kentucky at Kentucky, but when you look into perspective, there's 30+ games in a season. That was one of them. How many people win at Kentucky? In that kind of context, you got to kind of think, what did we learn from it? Did we get better from playing them so that we can play, you know, better against Pepperdine, so we can play against, you know, San Diego, so we can play against Gonzaga? Did that help us for later? And that's kind of how we try to look at it. I'd love to play overseas and, you know, continue playing, but when I can't play anymore, I'll go to law school and try to be a lawyer.
Nicholas just working so hard. I mean, just a blue-collar worker trying to make something happen.
I actually talked to Ethan Niedermeyer, and he said that he stopped playing early and went to law school, actually. And he said, no, don't do that. He was really adamant that if you have a chance to keep playing, keep playing. And that kind of, you know, in my mind was like, he's trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. So I think if I have a chance to play, I'll play for sure.
Stuff right there. Quick look at the WCC Game of the Week schedule. This week, it's Pepperdine at Portland. Next week, Gonzaga facing the Dons of San Francisco. And Coach, Ryan Nicholas, just a great story. He's a hard-working young man and a solid basketball player.
Well, he's just another great representative of the WCC conference. He's a no-nonsense 6'7" power forward. And when I've watched him play, he really does remind me of his coach, Eric Reveneau, that used to play at Stanford. He's tough. He's got a high basketball IQ. He's very skilled. He can play inside. He can play outside. He really likes to pick and pop. And then when you close out on him, he has the ability to shot fake, get you up in the air, and put it on the floor. He's a deceptive driver, but he certainly is a winner, and I just like his attitude that he leads by his actions on the floor.
That's it for me and Coach. We'll get you back to Portland after the break. Enjoy the game, everybody.